Right, this is indeed an adult story, so you've been warned. Ain't shit. It took my first acid trip to finally give in to you. I met you one drunken night upstairs at Natsuo. I was a regular there, and I think for once I was actually just hanging out and not binge drinking or snorting coke, and was instead playing a few rounds of pool with friends. I saw you in your leather jacket and your Ray-Bans. You thought you were pretty fucking cool. We ended up somehow next to each other, and you asked if I wanted to make out or do drugs or go back to your place to fuck. I laughed and said no. I forgot about you. Weeks went by, and guess who the fuck found me on Facebook and sent me a friend request? You slid into my DMs constantly, asking me to go over, enticing me with cocaine, with dick, with booze. I took you for nothing more than a fuckboy, albeit a goddamn good-looking one. Fast forward to Valentine's Day, and I'm tripping out on acid for the first time with my friends. A pair of lesbians in a loving relationship, and a former stripper cum bartender whose home we were tripping out in. I woke up the next morning feeling different. I hopped the metro over to Honeymoon for a cortado before hopping back on and walking back to my place in the second ward. You messaged me again that day asking if I wanted to hang out. Perhaps you were feeling the loneliness that Valentine's Day often brings. The acid must have fucked me up because I said yes. I purposefully did not shave my pussy because I did not want to be tempted to go to bed with you. I wore a cotton skirt and no panties, and I could feel the stickiness on my thighs brought on by the Houston humidity. A friend of yours was having a cookout at his art shop a few blocks away from your house. I would soon come to find that you were up for anything as long as there was a promise of free food or booze. You were cordial and polite and sweet, and I was surprised. I thought I had you mistaken. We went back to your place, and you dug your face and hands up the length of my skirt and in between my sweaty thighs, and you pressed your lips into the folds of my hairy pussy. We went into your bedroom and lay down on your shitty little cot of a bed, and you proceeded to give me some of the most eye-opening dick I had ever had. I left that night feeling satisfied. You told me you would call me and that you were interested in dating me. I didn't take you seriously. But then you called me. My coworkers at the shitty-gritty dive bar I worked at warned me about you. They said you were trouble. I said, they didn't know you. We would smoke pot together at your place and watch Restaurant Impossible and laugh at Gordon Ramsay. Sometimes we'd watch the news and I'd be bored to death. You'd criticize me for being on the phone too much. You were careful to never use your phone around me. I took you to meet my closest friends over dinner at the Thai restaurant I worked at. You popped a Xanax in the middle of the conversation in front of everyone. I didn't think anything of it because I, too, was constantly popping pills or taking bumps or doing shots. My friends told me that was a red flag. I told them they didn't know you like I did. About a month or two of dating, you texted me one day at work. You said you were no good for me and didn't want to hurt me because I'm too sweet and that we had to end it. You told me you did something regrettable and it was over. By this point, I was already in love with you. You made me laugh and we had great sex. I was distraught. Why? What did you do? Why were you calling it quits so suddenly? I tried desperately to keep back the tears so as not to cry over the cilantro I was chopping for a dinner service that night. Fast forward weeks later. We're going through constant cycles of being on and off. You love me one day, you hate me the next. You're sweet and you laugh with me. The next day, you fuck me raw in my pussy and tell me to kick rocks. You call me one afternoon, drunk by 2, per usual. You tell me you want to get a margarita and you're picking me up. I say fine, but you gotta drop me back off at home later. I'm so wrapped around your fucking skinny fingers by this point that I can't control myself with you. I'm yours to control. What you say goes. I'll always forgive you. I love you. You pick me up in your shitty little red car with the missing hubcaps and all the times you've hit a curb or a lamppost. We go to El Royale on Westheimer. We get drunk. We go back to your home, go back home to your place. We fuck and we take a nap. I wake you up gently an hour later or 2 later, and I ask if you can please take me home. You spit in my face and say, "You have legs. Walk, bitch." And you go back to sleep. So I walk. I call my roommate distraught. She says, "Meet me at Moon Tower. I'll come get you." I walk 5 minutes from Ain't Shit's house and make it to Moon Tower. Order a beer from my friend who is a bartender there. My roommate picks me up 20 minutes later, and I go home and cry myself to sleep. Weeks go by, more on and off, more he loves me not, he loves me not, he loves me not crap. We keep fucking great fucking. Your dick looks kind of weird one day. I suck it and fuck it anyway. You stick my toothbrush up your ass one day, bristle side up. And then you brush your teeth with it. I still continue to suck you and fuck you. You tell me my pussy fucking stinks one day, and I tell you that you gave me bacterial vaginosis from all the fucking side girls from Tinder you've been cheating on me with. I still continue to suck you and fuck you. I snort meth with you one day. You call me late at night drunk. You come to my house in the middle of the afternoon and you blast the theme song from Pete and Pete over and over and over and over and over again until I finally invite you in and let you fuck me. You take me to Galveston, we eat oysters on the bay, and you embarrass me by blowing snot rockets in the middle of the restaurant. One day, you leave your phone in my car accidentally, and I notice a slew of incoming text messages that seem odd. The number isn't saved. I decide to call the number from my phone, and I tell myself that if a guy answers, then everything is okay, and I'm just being a paranoid little bitch, and I don't have any proof that you're cheating on me. It's just a hunch. I dial the number on my phone. My belly is full of butterflies. A girl answers. My heart sinks. I say, "Hi, I think my boyfriend may be cheating on me with you. Would you care to meet me for a drink to chat?" She agrees. She's at some fucking 90s bar crawl in Washington. Gag me. I meet her at the bar. She's tall, with big fake tits and big fake lips, and her hair is dyed black. Her lashes are thick and false. Her nails are acrylic. I ask her, "What's your poison?" And she tells me, "A cranberry vodka." My boyfriend is cheating on me with a cranberry vodka? I order a shot of whiskey and a beer because I'm not a little bitch. I get hammered. She tells me everything. By this point, Ain't Shit has it figured out that I have his phone, and he's harassing me with his neighbor's phone to take it back. But by this point, I figured out how to get into his phone, and I see everything. I see his Tinder account set to match with anyone from 18 to 55, because pussy is pussy. I see messages from at least a dozen girls in his text messages detailing sexual events that transpired between them. "You left my pussy so sore," one girl writes. I see the dick pic you sent me one morning, and then I see that same dick pic sent to 8 other women with the same copy and pasted message. Come give me pussy. I take 4 more shots of whiskey and pound another 3 beers. I buy a pack of cigarettes and smoke half of them. It's raining in true Houston fashion, and I'm fucking blitzed. I'm driving my fucking hoe wagon minivan. I call my mom for once, and I tell her I've been fucking bamboozled. I arrive at your fucking house, and you're sitting on your patio with your fucking cholo meth dealer neighbors, and you've got a smug look on your fucking face. I throw your phone at you. I rip the Ray-Bans off your face and snap them in 2. That cigarette in your mouth? I take it out and burn your cheek. Yeah. Hell yeah. You get up and I kick you square in the gut and knock you back down into your seat. I have a cleaver in my car, and I go and I get it, and I chop the shit out of all your fucking shitty patio furniture. What? You tell me to leave or you'll call the cops on me. I stand in the rain and wait until you really do call the cops, and so I leave before they arrive. I wake up the next morning and Where Did You Sleep Last Night by Nirvana comes on, and I think it's fucking serendipitous. I go out for a drink and we fucking cross paths on the road while at a stoplight, and you fucking smile at me as if it was all just a game. I stalk you for weeks. I drive by your house constantly. I go to places I think you'll be. I'm fucking obsessed, fucking depressed, repressed, sick to my stomach with grief. You told me one day, at the end of it all, that you wanted to be with me because you thought I wanted to die as much as you did. You called me a few months later when I was already living in San Antonio and in bed with another emotionally unavailable man. You thought you still had some sort of control over me. And I could hear your smug grin falter when I told you I fucked your roommate in your own house before I skipped town. You hung up on me, and a few months later would go by before I'd hear from you again. Your lack of presence on the internet prevented me from psychotically watching your life like I do each time I'm faced with rejection. The next best thing I had was to watch your new partner's every move over on her own internet profile. A jewelry designer, and from Korea. I wonder how you'd even met her and what she was doing with scum like you. She seemed nice and talented in her own right. You guys went on camping trips. You visited both national and state parks alike. You spent holidays with each other, visited your families. She had seemed to become a part of your own. She was living alongside you with the life I had so desperately wanted of us. What had happened? Who had you become, and why couldn't you ever be this way with me? I'm reminded now that sometimes the right people don't meet at the right time. How unfortunate for me, and how lucky for you to have for her to have met you at such drastically different times. Does she know who you were? Maybe she is more evil than I thought. Or maybe she thinks she saved you. Whatever the case may be, you're still the scummy old Raphael I've always known you to be. Months after our last phone call, I wanted to flirt back with a forgiving giggle when you slid into my DMs to compliment me after seeing the hottie I had become on my public Instagram profile. But I couldn't give you that satisfaction. I had forgiven you countlessly without you ever asking for an apology, and you never would, and you never will. My pettiness got the best of me, and my cheeks burned red with desperate hope that I would ruin you one last time when I sent screenshots of our little conversation to your new girlfriend. Let him eat cake, I thought. But your girl didn't care. She left me on red and blocked me instead. Maybe it was I that didn't get us. Maybe my problem is that I fall in love too easily fall in love too fast, falling for lovers who were never meant to last. I still watch her profile from time to time, blocking and unblocking her so she doesn't catch on to my larking. Oddly enough, I am happy for you. I am happy that you appear to have found happiness. I'm happy to see you looking healthy. I'm happy you finally found some peace. Still, my biggest regret is not tearing up your Burning Man tickets when I had the chance. That sure would have pissed you off. Thank you.
God damn. That boy really ain't shit. All right. We just gonna go ahead and keep going, because I got somewhere to be. Next story is What's Next, written by the Twister, Daniel Oliver, and read by Connor, the Barbarian Librarian Clifton.